Our planet is full of wonders, breathtaking, powerful, and sometimes, downright bizarre. For every mystery science has solved, there are others that keep even the brightest minds scratching their heads. From stones that crawl across deserts, to seas that glow like galaxies, to skies that rain frogs and fish. These aren't myths or legends, these are real, documented events. Tonight, we dive into 5 natural phenomena that science still can't fully explain. So, dim the lights, open your mind, and prepare to question what you thought you knew about the natural world. 1. The sailing stones of Death Valley. In one of the hottest, driest places on Earth, the rocks move. Massive stones, some weighing hundreds of pounds, glide across the desert floor, leaving long trails carved into the baked mud. There are no footprints. No tracks of animals or humans. No slope to guide them. Just silent, ghostly motion. For decades, no one could explain how this was happening. The phenomenon, discovered in a place called Racetrack Playa, became a geological enigma. Back in the 1940s, scientists and locals alike were baffled. Some thought powerful desert winds were pushing the stones. Others speculated about magnetic fields, or even extraterrestrial involvement. But no one ever saw them move. Years passed. Generations of geologists came and went, and the mystery deepened. Then, in the early 2010s, researchers set up time-lapse cameras and GPS trackers. And finally, after nearly 70 years, they caught something. During rare winter nights, thin sheets of ice, just millimeters thick, formed beneath the stones. When the morning sun rose, the ice began to melt and break apart. As a gentle breeze swept across the playa, these floating ice panels nudged the rocks forward, inch by inch. It seemed like the mystery was solved, at least partially. But here's the twist. Not every stone moves when ice is present. Some slide in opposite directions. Others turn or pause unpredictably. So, while we know how some move, others still defy logic. It's as if the desert itself chooses which stones to set in motion. Maybe the mystery isn't about the rocks, but the rhythm of nature, a dance only the desert understands. 2. The glowing ocean, bioluminescent bays. Imagine standing by the ocean at night. The tide rolls in, and the water glows. Each ripple, each step, each gentle splash lights up in brilliant neon blue, like fire dancing on the waves. It feels magical, unreal. But it's not fantasy. It's biology. Tiny organisms called dinoflagellates emit light when disturbed, a defense mechanism, a form of communication, or perhaps, something deeper we still don't understand. Science has explained the basic chemistry. A molecule called luciferin reacts with oxygen inside these tiny creatures, releasing light without heat, a phenomenon called bioluminescence. But here's what no one can quite explain. Why do certain places on Earth glow so brilliantly, while others remain dark? Why does the glow vanish for months or years, only to suddenly return brighter than ever? Take Mosquito Bay in Puerto Rico, often called the brightest bioluminescent bay in the world. Or Vadhoo Island in the Maldives, where the waves look like they've trapped the stars themselves. Scientists have blamed temperature shifts, nutrient levels, and moonlight cycles, but none of these factors can explain all the variations. Sometimes, bays glow even under a full moon, when light should drown out the effect. Sometimes pollution kills off microorganisms, yet the glow rebounds mysteriously stronger than before. Could it be that these organisms respond to cosmic cycles, magnetic fields, perhaps, or ancient rhythms tied to the Earth's oceans? No one knows. So when you walk along a glowing shore, you're witnessing a secret older than humanity, the ocean, alive with light, still keeping her most luminous secret. 3. Raining animals. Yes, raining animals. It sounds absurd, but it's happened, many times. Reports stretch back centuries. Frogs raining in Serbia. fish falling from the sky in Honduras, worms in Norway, even spiders blanketing towns in Australia. The leading scientific theory? Powerful updrafts or waterspouts, small tornadoes, form over lakes or ponds. They suck up lightweight creatures like frogs or fish, carry them high into the sky, and then drop them miles away when the storm weakens. It makes sense, until it doesn't. Because eyewitnesses often report only one kind of animal falling, not a mix of debris and mud as you'd expect from a tornado. Sometimes, the creatures are still alive. Sometimes, the rain falls in precise, localized areas, one street, one field, and nowhere else. No one has ever filmed the moment it happens. Meteorologists have seen the results, but not the act itself. And so, the mystery remains suspended, literally, between earth and sky. Was it a freak weather event? Or could it be nature's strange reminder of how thin the line is between science and the unknown? Maybe, in some places, the heavens don't just rain water, they rain life. 4. The Taos hum. In this serene, sun-soaked town, locals began to hear something strange. A low, steady hum, like an idling truck just beyond sight. Some hear it only indoors. Others hear it everywhere. And once you hear it, they say, you can't unhear it. The Taos hum first gained attention in the 1990s, when dozens of residents filed complaints. They couldn't sleep. Some claimed headaches. Others simply went mad from the sound. Scientists arrived with high-tech microphones, seismic sensors, and vibration detectors. But to their surprise, there was nothing. The hum existed for those who heard it, yet it left no measurable trace. Similar hums have been reported in places like Bristol, England, Windsor, Canada, even deep beneath the ocean. Some experts blame industrial frequencies, faraway engines, power lines, or low-frequency radio waves. Others suggest it's a kind of tinnitus, triggered by stress or the body's own inner ear vibration. And then there are those who believe it's something deeper, the earth herself vibrating, releasing a sound we were never meant to hear. Over the years, the Taos hum has faded and returned, moving from town to town, sometimes disappearing for decades. No single cause, no definitive proof. Only a quiet question lingering in the air. What if our planet speaks, and only a few of us are tuned to hear her? 5. The Blood Falls of Antarctica. In the coldest, driest desert on Earth, Antarctica, there's a waterfall that bleeds. Rising out of Taylor Glacier, the Blood Falls stain the ice with deep crimson. At first glance, it looks like blood gushing from a wound in the planet itself. But it's not blood. Scientists discovered the color comes from iron-rich water, sealed beneath the glacier for nearly 2 million years. When it seeps out and hits oxygen, it oxidizes, turning red, like rust. That part makes sense. But here's where things get fascinating, and unsettling. Inside that trapped water, in absolute darkness and freezing cold, scientists found living microorganisms. Tiny, ancient microbes thriving with no sunlight, no oxygen, and almost no nutrients. According to everything we know about biology, that shouldn't be possible. Yet they're alive, feeding off chemical reactions no other life form on Earth uses. This discovery is rewriting what we think is necessary for life. It suggests that life can adapt, even flourish, in environments once thought deadly. If microbes can survive in Antarctica's frozen depths, could they also exist beneath the ice of Mars? Or on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, where similar subsurface oceans may lie waiting? Blood Falls isn't just a geological oddity. It's a whisper from another world, a message that life might be far more resilient, and far more widespread, than we ever imagined. 5 Mysteries. 5 reminders that even in the age of satellites, supercomputers, and science, Earth still keeps secrets. The desert stones that move when no one's watching. The ocean that glows with living light. The skies that rain life itself. the hum that only a few can hear. And a glacier that bleeds, harboring life where none should be. Maybe that's the real beauty of our planet, not the answers, but the questions. Not what we know, but what we still don't. Because every time we think we've mapped the world, Earth surprises us, with something stranger, older, wilder. Something that reminds us how small we are, and how endless the mystery truly is. The world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. W. B. Yeats.